What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Let me go ahead. All right. I apologize for a little bit of a blurry. We're getting Wi-Fi work done in our new office, so I apologize. It's a little blurry right now for you guys on that. So let me go ahead and keep letting everybody in. Let's see. Perfect. Sweet. Okay, and keep letting everybody in, and I'll go ahead, and I got a lot of good stuff to go over with us today. Okay. One sec. Right. Perfect. Just give it another minute while I let everybody in. Right. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna go over quite a few things today. Like I said, I apologize, the camera's a little blurry right now because we're getting Wi-Fi work done here. So really a couple things that we really wanted to really focus on, obviously going over. We've seen obviously quite a bit of an uptick and obviously business over the last couple of weeks, as everybody's no surprise getting those extremely high energy bills. Just as a reminder for all of you guys out there, just so you can kind of get an idea quickly on what the actual energy rates your clients are actually paying in specific, utility district areas. Remember, any of your NorCal clients that are in PG&E, they're paying upwards of 60 cents per kilowatt hour. And by going ahead and putting them, into solar with a battery, you're going to be typically seeing that cost is anywhere between about only 27 cents to 29 cents, including a battery. So you're obviously cutting them down by 50% on what their peak pay is on that, plus obviously locking in the energy costs. That's obviously both for the PPA option and the purchase option. If you're seeing things in Southern California Edison, I just got one of my rental properties I'm selling. You're over 70 cents now on the highest peak hours for that. San Diego Gas and Electric's at 80 cents on that. So any of your clients that are in PG&E, Southern California Edison, or San Diego Gas and Electric, even with NEM 3.0, the savings are massive. And remember, we're able to add a battery, either as a whole home battery backup, where they can store all that power being produced during the day and use that power at night, not having to worry about selling any power back to the grid itself, as well as if you're in items like LADWP, so Los Angeles, or you're in any of those other markets, you're still going to be able to see some really big significant savings in there because they still are buying power back. For those of you guys that are in Arizona and have APS, their highest peak rates now are almost 30 cents. This was about 13 cents just 5 years ago. So you're seeing, obviously, you don't need a battery backup in the Arizona Greater Phoenix market. So you're seeing, 13 to 16 cents price per kilowatt hour, depending on the system. So substantial decrease there as well. The same's true in Florida. The same's true in obviously Dallas, Texas. We're also going to be on the verge of rolling out New Mexico and Nevada for you guys as well. So those are two other markets. So really what I wanted to spend some time with you guys on today, something that Shelby and I have been working a lot on, and that's really two components. One, that is the energy efficient mortgage play. So this is a mortgage product that was rolled out by Fannie and Freddie, but no lenders offered it because they didn't understand really the use case behind it. And so one of the things that we've been able to really do is work with some of our large, owners of a large mortgage banks to get these rolled out. And we have one that's already rolled out, which is Remen. And so I want to show you guys exactly how this plays out, how everybody, whether you're on the loan side or the real estate side, should be looking at offering this product. This product is for conventional financing, and there's also an FHA version of it as well. So, depending on where you're at, some conventional loan limits, like in Orange County, it's up to $1 million, or San Diego, it's 900 grand. So, many of the Bay Area, it's over $1 million. And so this isn't for tiny little homes that you got to fit some kind of weird income bucket. So I really want to walk you guys through so you get a really good understanding on how to utilize this product. And then I'm going to show you why we created the home energy assessment. I'm going to show you how that works. So I want to go ahead. I'm going to kind of pull this up for you guys real quickly here. And I want to show you just one app play that I'm actually doing with one of our clients and my loan officers that work for me. So I want to show you this on an actual chart. So what you're basically seeing here, and this option 1 is this is them not using the home energy mortgage, and option 2 is with them using it. And as a reminder, what this product does is you don't want to go out there and say, hey, do you want to buy solar when you buy your house? No, you want to actually utilize an entry-level sales point that every single homeowner on planet Earth wants when they buy a home, which is new appliances. So I did some research. About 85% of people, when they buy a home, replace their appliances within the first 6 months. The average amount of money that they spend replacing those appliances is close to $9,000. You're thinking dishwasher, dryer, refrigerator, stove, microwave, even as far as things like a water heater. And so one of the really cool parts about this energy efficient mortgage is it is so open-ended. What you're able to do is add up to 15% of the purchase price of the property. And what you are adding onto that loan can be utilized for energy efficient improvements, which is a very broad category. This includes any Energy Star appliance. This could be water heaters, stoves, refrigerators, microwaves, water softeners. You can think washer, dryer. This could be even including things like, the tankless water heaters. All of these types of items can be included, and all they have to do is go on, select the items that they want, whether that's from Home Depot or Lowe's or Best Buy or Pacific Sales, provide an invoice of all the ones that they want, provide that to the loan officer, and as long as they're Energy Star related appliances, the lenders don't even have to provide all that information to Fannie Mae up front. They actually get to do it after the loan actually closes. So it's very open-ended. You can also include things, for an example, like a new HVAC system, new windows, new doors, and solar. So what you want to do is saying, hey, would you be interested when you're getting pre-approved to buy a property? Would you be interested in, raising your mortgage payment by $20 a month, $30 a month, and getting all new appliances rolled into the loan as long as they're energy efficient? Homeowners will be like, hell yeah, because right now credit card rates are at their highest point in history. The average credit card rate is 22%. So if somebody's going to go out there and they're going to sit there and they're going to put 9-10 grand of appliances on their credit cards, as soon as they close, that's a $250 to $300 a month payment. So let's walk through this just to give you guys an idea. So we have a purchase price of a property of $450,000, not including the energy efficient mortgage. Then we have another client we're going to compare it to that they're going to buy the same home, but they want to roll in $35,000 worth of energy efficient upgrades into the home. So they're going to go ahead and finance that. The down payment barely moves. So it's an extra $1,700, but really how much they're actually going to pay out of pocket is going to be thousands and thousands less. And I'll show you here in a minute. So what you're going to see is they're going to go ahead and they're going to get, one's going to get a loan for $460,000. The other one's going to get a loan for $425,000. 95% of whatever they're buying. Mortgage payment right here. So you see the mortgage payment in this case about $230 higher per month. Here's the property taxes, insurance, PMI, but here's where it comes down. One client is going to be paying cash for their solar system. So they're going to be able to get a solar system that would normally be about $40,000. But because they're technically paying cash for the system, they're not having to worry about any of the financing fees that are going in there. So they're going to be able to save themselves 30%, 30% off the solar system by paying cash for it, in addition to getting a federal tax credit, which I'll show you here in a second. So what we can go ahead and see here is Now, instead of a $328 a month electric bill, they're going to get paid in for full solar, and they're just going to have to pay a grid connection fee to remain to the grid of $28. So they've just saved themselves $300 a month. Now, if they're going to go ahead and they're going to buy $10,000 worth of appliances at 22%, which is the average rate of that client. Sorry, guys, people keep coming in late, so I'm trying to let them in. So average of $10,000 finance on a client is $295 a month in credit card debt, based on where credit card are actually being paid now based on those actual interest expense. So this client, even though his mortgage payment is technically about $230 less, he has a $328 per month electric bill and a $295 credit card debt if he wants to get $10,000 in appliances. So his housing expense is $41.59 per month. Now, his smarter brother that's going to buy the model match says, I want to actually roll this in. So $35,000 I'm going to roll in. I'm going to use $22,000 of it for solar. I'm going to take the other $13,000 and I'll put all new energy efficient appliances in my house. I'm going to do new water heater, washer, dryer, refrigerator, stove. I'm going to do the whole thing. And as long as it's Energy Star rated, you can even get like a Wolf appliance that's Energy Star rated and roll it into this mortgage. Put all in there. At the end of the day, even though he financed $35,000 more, it did not change the interest rate, it did not change the PMI factor. Their payment is $37.73 all in, versus his stupid brother who didn't use the mortgage is paying $350 a month higher. $350 a month savings, not to mention this electric bill we all know is going to be going up at 7 to 8% per year. So in 5 years from now, when this electric bill at $328, now that electric bill is more like $550, right? Or $500. So it just keeps getting wider and wider and wider. But the best part of all of this is, guess what? Any of the energy efficient upgrades that are deemed on the, what is called the ITC, which is the tax credit that you get federally, you get a 30% federal tax credit. And that includes solar items, plus there's a ton of energy efficient upgrades that also get those incentives and rebates as well. So it's not just the solar alone. There's lots of ones on that list. So now this client, when they get a 30% federal tax credit, when they go close on their home next month, and then when they go file their taxes and they file those taxes in April, guess what? They get a tax credit, not a write-off, a credit. So they get a 30% of whatever was deemed as energy efficient purchases. So in this case, it's a $10,000 credit. So if they're a W-2 employee, like most people are, and they have their taxes paid in throughout the entire year, instead of just getting maybe a $1,000 rebate back, now they're going to be going ahead and getting a $10,000 addition to that. The only thing is they have to have made sure that they have paid in that amount. If somebody is only making $60,000 a year and they only typically owe $5,000 a year in federal taxes, so that's all they paid in, they would only be able to get $5,000 back. But being realistic, most people that are buying almost a $500,000 home, they're making 80, 90, 100 grand a year. They're paying in at least $10,000 to $20,000 in Fed taxes. So now this person, their brother, who spent $30,000 as their down payment with closing costs, their down payment here at 22 plus their closing costs, they wrote $31,000 check out of their pocket. Then they went and they basically put 10 grand on a credit card. Whereas this person, he paid only about a little over $2,000 more out of pocket because his down payment's about $1,700 a month higher. He didn't take on any credit card debt at all. He used the energy efficient mortgage. So he now gets $10,500 of a federal tax credit. So once he receives that federal tax credit in his refund, call it a year from now, this borrower paid $31,000 out of their pocket to buy the house. This borrower only ended up paying $22,600 out of pocket because he got that federal tax credit.
And this isn't something that's going to make the loan harder to do. It's not something that needs to get approved by Fannie Mae. Literally just submitting in the invoice. It's sitting in at title and it's going to be paid out. So literally also you're doing any extra steps if you're a loan officer or realtor. Don't think that this is going to delay your escrow. Chris Blank is just funding his first one right now. And it was on a purchase on time. So we're going to want to introduce this. If you're a real estate agent, same type thing. All you're going to do is ask your clients, hey, would you like to roll in your appliances? We have a new loan product. It's a standard 30-year fixed conventional mortgage. You can still, as a first-time home buyer, put 3% down and you can roll in your appliances. Would you like me to have the loan officer check that out? Yes, perfect. Now, for those of you that have loan officers that are your partners, let your loan officer know, hey, this is a great way that you can help me, you know, earn a little bit of extra income by doing these deals, and they could get paid on them for sending in the referrals to us. For you loan officers, same type thing. Just ask the clients at the very beginning, hey, I do have an energy efficient mortgage product. It's great for rolling in your appliances. You roll in any energy efficient items. Would you like me to have somebody contact you? Yes, fill out the lead form and we'll handle everything else. So we'll give them all of the options. So don't think, man, I got to sell insulation and, you know, all that other stuff. Don't worry about it. We'll handle the sale. Just tee up the appointment. And this is going to be a massive avenue for you guys.
Yep. And so what'll happen is so once you obviously need to talk about your clients with this at the time of pre-approval, but it isn't too late if you already pre-approved them, you know, and they're out shopping and you want to revisit with this product. You'd be surprised. So I did a survey, and I've obviously, most of you guys know I have a really large Instagram following. I did a survey and I said, how many of you, when you bought your home, would be willing to increase your mortgage payment by $75 per month, which would be basically rolling in about $15,000. If you knew that you could get all new appliances in that home, as well as do some energy efficient upgrades to kind of slightly reduce your energy bill. 98% of people replied yes, with over 7,000 people responded. Okay. So people want this and they want it back. So what happens is when you get a homeowner that raises their hand and says, yeah, I want this, the next step is sending in the lead form. And once you can have them find a property maybe that they're interested in, maybe a property you ran when you did the pre-approval. And what we'll generate for you is this home energy assessment. So what we have the report already running, they're fixing the UI or they're crafting the UI. And I want to show you, but this is what the report is going to be able to look like. It's going to be able to be generated directly through our platform, which I'll show you here in a minute, that you'll just put in a lead referral request, client interested in energy efficient mortgage. Can I get a home energy assessment done on X, Y, and Z address? And what we do, we'll go ahead within 24 hours or less, assuming it's Monday through Friday, and we'll generate this report. Now, what this report does is it pulls in the actual property address. What it goes ahead and does is, let me actually get you one. So let me get you one that you guys can actually, I'll do a California one that we just did, so you guys can actually see this. All right, so let's go into here. Whoops. Go. Do the slideshow. Give me one sec. All right. Let me move this. All right. So here's what the home energy assessment looks like. Then what you're going to do is it tells them exactly what the home energy assessment does. Tells them the maximum amount of energy savings that they can cut their bill down by, if they're eligible for federal, state incentives, and if they're located in a high cost utility area. Then pulls in the actual image of the property, gives them details on the property, lets them know based on our algorithms, which we've back tested over hundreds of utility bills, about how much energy this home is going to consume. And all that to really get this accurate, when they go over this with a phone, they'll just confirm, do you have an EV vehicle and how many people are living in the home? Because we back tested this with all the census tract data and are able to get in all the utility data for that census tract and calculate the energy consumption on that home based on how much other homes in that area are consuming. Immediate census tract based on that square footage. We factor in if it has a pool, doesn't have a pool, tells them what their annual energy costs will be, how much they're going to be paying for power on this home compared to the state average for power, and how much more they're paying for power than the actual average. And this is for any home, obviously, you know, in SDG&E in San Diego. So it's not like they're just buying some home that's random. It's anywhere in San Diego County in this case. Tells them how many hours of sunlight the home gets and it's ideal, and how many, if there's any shade obstructions, and if it's ideal in terms of that. It shows them what their 3 utility options are going to be. You can go with SDG&E, you can go with the solar utility, aka PPA, or you can actually go with an owned system. Tells them cost ranking, lowest to highest. Tells them the approximate annual increase per year. Tells them how much they're going to pay for power based on each one of these options, and a couple more details. It then gives them some recommendations of saying, hey, in this area, what we can do with the energy efficient mortgage, here's some items that we can roll into the mortgage loan without even doing solar, because what we want to do is look to reduce it before we produce it. And so we can actually cut your energy bill down by 35%, allowing us to even put a smaller solar system on your house, saving you more money. And by doing these energy efficient upgrades directly to your home. And we have contractors that are the Department of Energy contractors that will actually do this work for the homeowner. So you don't even have to worry about, going ahead and ordering any of it. It'll let them know that great news, this roof can produce enough power. Here's about the size of the system that we need, the savings over 30 years, and what their payment would be under each one of those utility options. And if they do the energy efficient upgrades with those with the different options, here it is. So if you don't want to do solar, we can still doing the energy efficient upgrades, still cut your bill down from $328 to $241 a month. If you want to do one of the solar options with those, we can take that bill from $328 all the way down to between $130 and $150 per month. Massive, massive savings. So shows them how much each one of those items will save them on a monthly basis and shows them on this breakdown. Then they click here once we send a support, and our guys will call and walk them through this. So it's very easy for them to understand. It's a very clean report. And then what really happens is once that house goes ahead and gets into escrow, what we do is you simply then reach out to us. House is in escrow. We don't do anything. We don't start the solar process. We don't do any of those items up front. What we do is we get a quote for the solar. We tell the homeowner, hey, go to Best Buy, go whatever you want, pick out your appliances you want. And then if you want to do the energy efficient upgrades, here's that invoice. House closes just like normal. That money's held in an escrow holdback. And the escrow company goes ahead, and as those items get purchased and done, they just directly send the money to have those items directly be purchased, all managed by the lender. So right now we got Remen doing this on the wholesale side for us. Number two, then what we also have to do is we also will have the loan store and EPM mortgage, and we're also working with United Wholesale UWM on this product as well. So all four of those will be having that product rolled out. Remen is live with it right now. And I saw the other thing I wanted to show you was just kind of some of the guidelines with this, so you guys can kind of see some of these items and what they basically do. So here you go. So one thing is too, Appraisal Nation is obviously getting trained on this product as well. So the appraiser, Sam, will know how to handle this product. So here's the way it's all broken down. You have three different options for this product. Number one is the conventional energy efficient mortgage. This is a loan offered by lenders who sell their loans to Fannie and Freddie. It's the most powerful of the EMs, allows you to borrow up to 15% of the appraised home's value for the improvements. What the appraisers will do is they will, mind you, this is an owned solar system, okay? Owned solar system. So what'll happen is, let's say you have solar on this property and it's $20,000 cash purchase for the solar. You provide that to the appraiser when they do it, give them a list of the appliances and the energy efficient upgrades. As long as the amount they are borrowing does not exceed 115% of the appraised value, so they don't have to get dollar for dollar. The only way they would have to get dollar for dollar is if they go all the way up and they add 15% in. But most people typically going to add in around 7 to 10% of the purchase price. They buy a $500,000 home, 50 grand is more than enough to do all these different appliances, unless it's like roof or any of those other items they want to do. So then say they roll in 7%. When the appraisal gets done, as long as the appraisal being done with these upgrades, the amount they're borrowing does not exceed 115% of that appraised value, we're good to go. So it's a super easy, clean process. You're not having to hope that the house appraises, for a dollar for dollar ad. Nope. As long as basically we can go ahead and get that to work within that, you're going to be good on that part. The other thing is the FHA also has one, which Remen is rolling out on that one. They already have that alive. You can borrow up to 5% of whichever is the lower, your home's appraised value or 115% of the median area price of a single family home or 150% of the conforming Freddie Mac limit in that area. So FHA is a little bit more strict on this, but it still definitely has great options to do that. For somebody, the only time they typically don't work is if the house is way higher than all the other median homes in that area. So let's say it's an FHA loan, for an example, in Temecula, but the median price, for an example, of that home is, say it's 505, and the house they're trying to use FHA on is 700 and get a 650 loan. Then you could run in on some of the higher ticket FHA items if the median income is lower or median house price is lower in that area. And then there's also a VA one as well. We're not rolling this one out yet on that, but it is a program. We will work with the lenders to get that down the road, but it basically allows them to borrow an additional $6,000 for energy efficient upgrades, as long as the energy savings, is going to help them decrease what the mortgage payment will be, or $3,000 just with no questions kind of asked. So, it's not a lot of money on that. So that's why we're really not pushing the VA option on it, because obviously VA is already lending them 100% in that kind of the way that goes. So we are fired up about this. It's been an absolutely unbelievable product. So just to kind of walk you guys through that again, all you're going to do is talk to your clients about that. Use, hey, would you be interested in potentially any home you buy, be able to roll in the cost of getting all new energy efficient appliances? Because another fact is that most people don't know is any home that's 10 years or older has on average loses about 70% of the heated or cooled air directly out of the home, either escaping through the attic or the lack of insulation in these homes. Homes, as we all know, are not built as well. So give you guys kind of an idea, for somebody literally just doing air sealing and blown in attic insulation, which is like $3,000, they can usually cut their energy bills down by 30% and roll that in. So that way you're not trying to go to something and say, oh, hey, let's get solar. And what we'll do is we'll provide them that home energy assessment. It'll give them all those options on it. And then we'll go over that with them. And then it's a great way to not be able to present something to your clients of value, have a great way to stand out and do what every client wants. Give them some money to do some upgrades to the home when the home they're buying in, when they just do not have any money, without having to go and spend 20% on credit card, debt, like they all do with their Home Depot cards as soon as they buy that property.
Also, we're rolling this out with all of these lenders, so you're going to see a massive push there. We're also working with Tarek and Heather about doing some TV commercials that will push this product. And EXP rollout is coming here in the next 2 months. They're going to be sharing this at EXPCon. So your real estate agents are going to be on board too. So this is going to be a massive rollout. We know that this is really going to take the industry by storm, and you guys being a part of Soar now is going to be very valuable to landing more and more relationships, and also landing a lot more clients, because we do want to make this consumer facing. We want to lead with the consumer and have the consumers asking real estate agents and loan officers about this product.
Yep. So we have a meeting on Thursday with Tarek's network to go ahead and get commercials out. We're going to start running these. I would say it's probably, we got to find out the production time, but we'll provide you guys an update next week. But we're going to be getting Heather and Tarek to run TV commercials on their different HGTV shows, really going ahead and branding this, as that eco mortgage product, really with the forward facing, hey, let's save the energy, let's save a bunch of money. The Fed basically is supporting a program to roll all these things into your home because the grid's breaking and they need to make these homes more energy efficient. So not only do you get to roll this stuff into your mortgage, then you also get a 30% federal tax credit on that. So you can imagine a homeowner being like, hey, by the way, do you want to get solar in your house? Do you want to go ahead and add these energy efficient appliances? We can roll them all into the mortgage and you get a refund of 30% federal tax credit. So
crazy. That half of their down payment.
It's insane. So
you want to get half of your down payment refunded back to you in the next 12 months? No brainer. Absolute no brainer.
Yeah. So super, super cool stuff there. We need to refer the loan and borrower to you in order to do this. If the mortgage companies we work with don't offer this product. So we can connect you with somebody, Mike. Shelby and I are happy to do that, but our play on this isn't to get a bunch of loans for this. We've turned over our mortgage companies that get ran by our partners. So we're not involved in the day-to-day of that. So what we can do is likely connect you as well with somebody there in your market or one of our Soar partners or two. We're happy to put you in contact with one of our teams on that. So we are going this will eventually probably make its way to the retail side, as far as that goes, but right now, what we do know is, UWM's working on the product. The loan stores already committed to the product, and that'll probably be out, they said, beginning of October. We said EPM Mortgage, it's a massive wholesale lender. They're rolling this out. They've already gotten approval with Fannie Mae. So she said end of September, early October. And then Remen already has this product out for us on both the FHA route as well as the conventional route. So anybody that is on the either broker channel or mini correspondent channel, those are all the ways that you can go. So for any of you guys that do, either as a loan officer or as a realtor and your, lender doesn't offer that, or if you're a lender and your people don't, just send Shelby and I an email and we'll make a connection for it with whoever kind of best fits. And then, if you're referring them the deal, we'll make sure that that loan officer, as of course, legally gives you some referral commission back on doing that loan as well. So because this is going to be hitting everywhere. This is our massive, massive big push. Just because we know it's so much value to homeowners, and so many people right now are stretching themselves super thin when they're buying a home. And so we know that, you definitely want to try to get on board if you're an LO and try to get set up with this. And if you can't, let us know, we'll help you. And as a realtor, talk to your loan officer. And if they're not set up on this platform, let us know and we can help them get set up. So other than that, guys, like I said, for any of you guys too that do have lists that have not yet sent lists in, we have had our full setter and closer team that we've been working with Ricky and Travis, which are both triple golden door winners. They're the top solar sales guys in the country. They've built out a setter closer team for us, and they're doing fantastic. So for those of you guys that have not been able to either get to all of your people, let us know. We can scan the list with our new version 2 of the scanner for you guys. We can put you in connection with them. You'll be able to see how many calls every week we'll say to you how many calls they make, how many appointments they get set. Anytime they put a set appointment, it goes into your CRM. They've had great success. What they're basically typically doing is they're setting their appointments with the setter, and then the closer comes on and closes them. And they've had a very high closing rate. So all of our setters and closers are doing that. So Randy and Chris and Brennan, all of those guys are on this product as well. So we're super fired up about this for you guys. And we'll also keep you in the loop with the Nevada and New Mexico rollout of those additional states that we've had there for you. So we'll talk to you guys about that as well. So any other questions, feel free. You guys can unmute yourself. We're happy to take a couple questions. If not, we try to keep these things super short. And for any of you guys that missed any of this, feel free to go ahead and we will put this up on our YouTube channel by tomorrow. So if you have something, feel free just to unmute yourself or raise your hand and I'll unmute you if you can't figure it out. All righty. Well, perfect. Well, guys, I appreciate it so much. If you guys have, make sure I didn't get what is the link to the YouTube channel? Okay, perfect. It's literally youtube.com/@Soar Energy. So you can just go to YouTube, just type in the @ symbol, Soar Energy, and it'll come right up there for you guys as well. So perfect, guys. Well, hope you guys have a fantastic party week. We'll be continuing to send this out. Like I said, that home energy assessment, the way it will look in that form, we're about 2 weeks out, but in the meantime, we can actually run those home energy reports for you guys and put it onto that template before it goes ahead and gets auto-generated. So don't hold those back. And if you guys have any other questions, just let us know and we'll see you guys all next Tuesday.